What's up, everybody, and welcome to another episode of the Rideshare Hub. My name is Greg. What I'm doing for you guys today is just breaking down a week of Lyft Express Drive earnings. I rented a car from Lyft for about a month when my car was in the shop, and it's not a terrible program, so I think it could be really helpful for a lot of people. And I just wanted to go over some numbers with you guys and see what you guys think about it. Before we get started, I just wanted to tell you guys about PlayOctopus. PlayOctopus is a really awesome tablet-based system that, as drivers, we can carry around in our car. Essentially, you can offer it to customers to play games. They watch ads, I believe, after the games, and that's how everybody makes money. And you get paid to do it too. So really, there's no reason not to do it. It's free. You get a tablet. And it's the possibility of making more money. So definitely check that out, guys. I left a link in the description. But let's jump right into this. So Monday, I'm just going to go through each weekday, and then I'll give you a breakdown of the overall week. Monday, $35. I was hustling. I don't know what happened. I think I just got tired and called it quits. I ended up taking Tuesday off. Maybe I was sick or something. But going into Wednesday I did $195, and then I did 30 in tips. That's a pretty awesome Wednesday. If I make $200 on a weekday, I'm very happy. Like, the way I've always thought of that is, like, if you could work Monday through Friday and make $200 each day, like, you're making $1,000 a week in a weekday. Now, I just don't think you're going to do it in 40 hours. So that's the only reason I don't, is $1,000 for 60 hours isn't that fun. But random rabbit trail there. Sorry, guys. But yeah, $195, 30 in tips. All right. Thursday, picking it up a little bit as well. $102, 15 in tips. Friday, I started really balling. Friday, I did $241, 35 in tips. I really, any day of the week where I make over 200, I'm very, very happy. On weekends, I like to make like $250 if I work the hours for it. But, you know, so anyways, moving right along. And then Saturday, this is where things get really interesting. All right. So Saturday, $396, $52 in tips, $12 in prime time. But here's the really important thing is if you look towards the bottom, you'll see $145 in rental rewards. So this is where the rewards program really annoys me so much, is at the beginning of the week, I pay about $220 for the car, to rent the car, right? And then they have bonuses throughout the week you can hit where you earn some of that back, which I like. What I don't like is then they throw it in my earnings and they act like I made all this extra money. And I'm like, you're just giving me back money I gave you at the beginning of the week. Like, don't hype that up and put it in my earnings, you know, like. A while ago, I set, I'm talking like 3-4 years ago, I set a goal on Lyft to make $600 a week. I don't know if you guys have seen how you can do that on Lyft. You can set like a goal, and then it lets you know your progress. And it was funny because I would hit this like so early on in a lot of my renting weeks because I'd get the rental rewards, and then it would, jack on another $155. And I'm like, I know I didn't make $600 this week or something like that. But they do that, and I think they do that to make you feel like you're making a lot more money. So what does this really look like? Well, basically 400 minus 145 is your answer, and that's still not a bad number. So what happened on Saturday, so I ended Friday, and I had 3 rides to go to hit the first reward. So there's 2 you hit. You hit, 75 rides, I think, gets you like, what is it, $60 off or $75 off? I can't really remember. And then once you do like another 30 rides, you get an additional 55. But basically, when it's all said and done, you can get 145 of your, you can get about 145 back, and with taxes and fees, basically that comes out to you pay $115 a month for the rental car, for insurance, and for any maintenance that is on the rental fee. So the overall price of it, if you're hitting the bonuses, the honest truth is it's not bad. Because if you're paying $115 a week, what is that, $460 a month for a car, insurance, and maintenance? Like, that's cheaper than like what I currently pay just for my car payment and my insurance. You see what I'm saying? So like, it's really not a bad deal. Now, what happens is they do take a little bit more money on each ride, so you make less per mile, and a lot of that goes into covering your rental costs. So the actual truth is you're paying way more than $220 for the car. Even and so let's say you don't hit any bonuses, but you gave, I'm just trying to think of a good way to do this. So let's say you gave 50 rides in a week. You don't hit a single bonus. And on top of it, you got paid, let's just hypothetically say it's 10 cents less per mile. Okay, but let's think about how many miles 50 rides would be. I mean, each trip's at the very least a mile. So you know it's a minimum of 50 miles. And 10 cents per mile is monstrous. And I'm pretty sure it's actually more than that. You see what I'm saying? So like, you're not actually getting charged just $120 if you hit every bonus, $115, $120 a week. You're actually getting charged then, think about all those rides where you're getting paid less. So the reality is, for Lyft's rental program, like, you're basically paying probably a few $100 a week to do it. And that's why it's not the best case scenario. Now, where it is good is in a situation like mine. I was 24 years old. I couldn't go and rent a car without getting charged like a crazy fee because I wasn't 25 yet. My car was going to be in the shop for a month, and I needed a way to work and to get around. So it was perfect scenario for me. But it's not really the case for a lot of people, and I wouldn't really recommend this program, like I said, unless you're in a situation where it works perfectly, right? So, interesting thing about this program is that. So those are the few things I don't like about it. I don't like that they show you the bonus money in your earnings, because that's really not accurate. And I don't really like that you're getting charged and really just hosed on every single mile. The other thing is long distance rides, if you're renting from Lyft, are pointless because you get like 20 cents a mile. They made a rule like 3 months ago. It wasn't really a rule. They just said, hey, Lyft Express drivers are going to make less money on long distance rides from here on out because you guys have gotten in so many accidents. It's the only way we can get our insurers to stay with you guys is to pay more money. Whatever, if that's all they can do, whatever. And then like a few months later, they made it where all drivers are making less on long distance rides. So if you get a long distance ride in Lyft Express, like, you're probably better off canceling it, just to be honest. So now let's look at the full week. So I finished with 731. I did it in 53 hours. It was 110 rides, which is the bare minimum, 135 in tips. So some things to really look at with this is, like, for one, if you take away just my tip money, I'm at $600. So that just goes to show, because like $600 for 53 hours would be like bad money. So it just goes to show you should really be working for your tips. Like, you should really be like trying to be engaging and get people to talk to you to get that tip money. But also, like, just think about that then if you remove the rental fee. What does this really show? Well, it shows, for one, that Lyft isn't really doing too hot, you know, and you're going to want to stick to Uber if you're a driver for the most part. Now, this all varies by market, so be careful just taking mine like without a grain of salt, because some markets the rental fee is less, some it's more. Some states the money you make per mile is different, so you can't really like you got to like look into your own market for to see like how accurate a lot of this data actually is. But the main thing that I would say is, like I said earlier, use this for a situation where it makes sense, because obviously, as you guys can see, 53 hours for even 731 like isn't like the greatest dollar per hour rate. And then once you start removing like tips, and if I added up my gas cost for a 53-hour week, it was probably a full tank every other day. So like, oh boy, bad math. I probably spent like 120 to 150 bucks on gas that week. So then you also reduce that. And when you really boil it down, you'll see this express driving crap really isn't all that great, you know? And I don't want to make this video to bash on it because this program actually helped me a lot. I really just want you guys to understand this is a viable solution based on a scenario. This isn't something you should just try and do. Here's the scenarios where I would do it. Cars in the shop. You've never driven for Uber and Lyft and you want to try it out without making a major investment in a vehicle because you don't have one, or some kind of scenario with your vehicle. So you test it out for 2 weeks. There is no contract with this, so you can drive the car for a week and return it. You can drive it for 2 weeks and return it. So don't like jump full head of steam in because it really might not be a good fit for you. I am curious if somebody has done Uber's rental program. If you have, let me know. I'd be really curious to see what that's like. But I'm going to cut the video off here, guys. I really hope you enjoyed it. Be sure to like and subscribe. I've got more content coming for you guys soon. Don't forget about Play Octopus. Check out that link in the description. And I will talk to you guys soon.